experience, just looking at this team. Somebody walks to you and says, how do I position? Do I position myself? I want to grow in my career. I'm lost. I don't understand what will you be telling that person just in a minute?
Having a vision. Okay, so you can't be talking about resilience if you don't know where you are going. What are you determined to do? What are you going for? Many of us, as we journey through the process of learning, what the university education is supposed to do to us is to refine our mind, is to begin to prepare us, for the future, is to begin to position us, just like Otuba was saying, as people who can solve problems. I don't care the course that you want to do, but just have a problem-solving mindset. And when you solve problems, people will pay you. The world will reward you for solving problems. And we're talking about resilience when you are facing resistance. So what do you do to ensure that this destination that you are going to, you are able to achieve it? So for me, there must be a purpose. You can't sit here, you don't know where you are going, you don't know your career objective. You can't be talking about resilience. So I think I will hang it there.
Just piggybacking off what he has just said, vision is very important for every person, whether you're young, whether you're old. As long as you're old enough to have dreams, you're old enough to visualize yourself where you want to be, right? And there are two critical things I always tell everyone I talk to that can take you from your dreams to reality. And they are the easiest things to do, but also the hardest things to do. And I bring them down to two things: discipline and work ethic. Right, and work ethic does not even start when you start working. It starts from your university, from school. How important did you take your grades? Because you wonder why first-class graduates tend to perform better at jobs than third-class graduates, because they grew certain work ethic in the process of study that became a habit. Right? They grew certain discipline in the course of study that became a habit. And once you develop what we call habits, it's difficult for you to derail from it. So, what I want everybody to do, if you don't take anything out of here today, is to say, do I have the right work ethic? You can build it. Do I have the right discipline? You can build it. How much time do you spend on social media? How much time do you spend chasing frivolities, really? You just need to determine, how do I apportion my time the right way to build the right skills that will make me become the next valuable person in the room. Thank you.
Building resilience is something that you must involve yourself in. My career started very much with the public service. I came, there was an opportunity for somebody to contest for councillorship in my local government. And then it was an all-men field. This one is SU. She will not know how to call white black. I will not know how to. There were those challenges, but I made up my mind. I'm going to contest this election without compromising who I am. And when they saw that, let's give a woman a chance. And that was how I won my election. I won my opponent. That was it. Shortly after that, when people saw your hard work, your results that you have been produced, I went again. I became the vice chancellor, the vice chairman of the local government for 3.5 years until the NS come. There was this feel of the female gender is usually being seen as, let me say, a toy in the hands of men. When the woman says no, they are actually being to say yes. There are all those things. But I had to build myself and look, you can stand out and make a difference. Well, see, when you are adding value, because I know at about that time people were saying things like, you are just working yourself for nothing. Let me tell you something, these people will just use you and dump you. I know what my answer then was and is today. Nobody dumps offend. Because you are relevant to the extent to which you add value. So long as you keep adding value, people will look for you.
Good.
I wish I could tell you that I had a plan from the onset. But I think, like we all know about life, right? Sometimes you don't quite know what path your career will take. For me, I think I would describe myself as an adventurer. because I like to take opportunities and see what will come out of it. I had never failed before because in my primary school and in my secondary school, I had, certificates, awards, recognitions for different things. So this was something that I had never experienced before. And for me, the reason why I'm sharing this story is because it ties in with this resilience thing. Because as much as we talk about resilience being, you just stick at it and all that, there's a part of resilience that is born from failure. I had lost my self-esteem because I'd never failed before. I didn't know I was that child in the family where everybody would be like, just be like her. So I was that person who all of a sudden had to go and do education, and education for me was equal to teacher. So I was like, I'm going to now be a teacher. And my family, I love my mother's family. There are quite a number of teachers there. I didn't want to be a teacher. My mother was a teacher. I didn't want to be a teacher. I wanted to be in a place where I could make money. That's where resilience helps you recognize that you're not perfect. You can fail, but also gives you the courage to try again and keep trying. A lot of these organizations that we admire today, the GEs, the big, 100 years firms that we look up to today, both nationally and globally, they have their own stories and their own journeys. And I can tell you, for a lot of them, it's hit and miss, until they begin to find something that helps them to start winning. So resilience is critical for us to be impactful today, for us to be able to have careers that are meaningful, and for us to live lives that add value.
It's most everlasting. I'm writing you this letter, hoping we can make things clearer.